Take control, Anthony. How dare she?
How dare you? How common is someone like Steve with the integrity and the honesty and the compassion that he has? It is real.
Yeah.
It is real what happened before. Straight away, we get to see the present. Has much changed? Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. It's your boy Chosen Wisdom.
And it's your girl, Divergent Curl.
Yes sir, and we are back again with another reaction, review, breakdown, discussion and everything in between. It's the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 2.
Called The Star-Spangled Banner. No, sorry, The Star-Spangled Man. Oh, say, can you see?
Yeah. The Star-Spangled Man. John Walker is named Captain America and Sam and Bucky team up against a rebel group.
Captain Squarejaw.
His jaw is square. It is.
It's perpendicular.
What is this one gonna be about? Before we start, guys, as usual, please press the like button, turn on your notifications, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. So, how you guys feeling? I hope you guys have had a blessed week, blessed day, blessed hour, whatever. And we're gonna react to this thing. And listen, if this episode is anything like the last episode, then we are in for a treat. Because the last episode left us with so many questions, so much conversation.
Yeah.
You know, so much conversation was generated off the back of that episode because it was so thought-provoking.
Yeah.
You know, we met Falcon again, Sam again. We also met Sam's family, his sister and his nephews,
Yeah,
which
that
is
was
quite
sweet.
quite a humbling experience.
Yeah.
We get to see their struggles, and I think they are struggling like a lot of people are.
Yeah.
We meet Bucky. Bucky's sleeping on the floor. He seems to be suffering from PTSD, isn't he?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, and he's just struggling to get to terms with life. I think they both are. We get an incredible action sequence at the beginning of the show. It was amazing.
Ducking and dodging.
Yeah, it was movie worthy. It was worthy of the big screen.
Yeah.
Basically. And, you know, we get to fly. We got to fly with him and duck and dive and dodge and dip. It was just insane.
It was good.
Yeah, that episode was good. We loved it. It provoked a lot of questions. It provoked a lot of conversation, a lot of themes, and we got to meet the flag smashers. So I think we're getting a feeling of who the villains are going to be of the show. And, you know, at the end of the episode, we know what we saw. We all saw this square jaw man, the new Captain America, this imposter guy.
I know.
Cancel culture, come for him. Come for that guy.
Use your powers wisely.
I'm joking.
Gather them.
Get this guy out. Get him out. That episode was crazy. And I hope you guys liked our discussion on that episode, our previous video, because I think that episode provoked a lot of deep discussions, the type of discussions we want to have here on this channel.
As you mentioned before, there was kind of themes emerging from last time. So, and a lot of you picked up on it. So thank you so much, everybody, for commenting and the conversations that were generated. The themes that a lot of you picked up on and we also found were around
Bucky and COVID compliant.
Mask up, people.
Yeah, man. No, I'm sorry, go on.
Themes of like patriotism versus extremism. So what's going to happen with that as we go forward? Are we going to get to see it's time to find Zemo?
Yeah.
He's only been in the trailer, but we haven't seen him yet.
What's Zemo going to do? What's the difference between patriotism and extremism?
Good questions.
You know, it's crazy. It's going to make us do a lot of talking.
Yeah, for sure.
The kind of talking that we like to do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Another one of the themes that you all had picked up on and that we'd mentioned before was around the inequity that's been experienced in a number of different contexts. Tyrone mentioned in the comments around the racial inequity.
Yeah.
And then also that tapped into kind of the Easter egg that's come about with Isaiah Bradley and his past as the previous Captain America from historical context.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about that, but the little I know is that they were testing on him, and they were testing on African Americans.
Yeah.
Before they, I guess,
testing the super serum.
Yeah, the super serum before they developed the ultimate super serum for Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
It's gonna get deep, guys.
Yeah, I think so.
It's gonna get deep, and we're gonna talk about this stuff.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people in the comments have already picked up on that, and we've started the conversation already, so we're just gonna continue it.
Yeah. And
also along that theme of inequity, there's the financial inequity, which a lot of you picked up on, would also ties in with the racial inequity. Yeah. For Sam trying to get the loan from the bank, thinking about why Sam doesn't have any money, why he is broke, and a lot of you guys reminding us that he was on the run, wasn't he? Because of the Sokovia Accords, he actually went against Tony, so that might be why Tony didn't save any money for him.
And it's good that you guys came back, because it's easy for us to say, why hasn't he got money? What happened to Tony? But, you're right. He kind of went against the government. Yeah. He did. That might be why,
Yeah, maybe. Another couple of the themes was around sort of mental health and trauma and PTSD and being soldiers, and how I think you mentioned before, how do you reconcile your past? How do you acclimatize yourself back into society?
Yeah.
Walk that line. So Bucky's supposed to be retired. We know he's doing his little night side missions for redemption. And then Sam is still active in the military. So how do you be, uncle, brother, and then killing people? We've actually seen...
Yeah. And then be killing people.
There was also an interesting question posed in the comments by Tricky D, was wondering whether actually Sam should have given the shield. It's more of an existential question. Should Sam have given the shield to the Smithsonian, to the government? Should he done that or
not? Yes. Because if he's not ready, then he's not ready. And if he can't take it on for whatever reason, or doesn't want to take it on, then he shouldn't. The question really is, should they have given it to that guy?
Yeah.
Predictions. John Walker is named Captain America, and Sam and Bucky team up against a rebel group. So what is going to happen in this episode? What do you think?
I think the title is kind of giving it away. Star Spangled Man. It's going to focus on the passing on of the mantle to this guy, to Squarejaw, Captain Squarejaw. So we're probably going to see Captain Squarejaw. We might get to hear him speak and learn a bit more about him.
All right.
And then we're going to see the flag smashers, the flapjackers, everything. I think more stuff's going to go down. And I think we're going to find Zemo.
All right. Nothing specific, no? I don't know. Yeah, I think you're on the right track. I think something like that is going to happen. I think we're going to see a lot of action. We might see Agent 13, perhaps.
Oh, yeah.
Because she still needs to make her appearance. These two are going to come together, so finally we're going to get to see their interaction, which will be quite cool.
Yeah.
We might get to know a bit more about John Walker, why this John Walker, what their intentions are for him. Is he strong? Is he a super soldier? And perhaps maybe find out a bit about this, this group, the Flag Smashers, and their leader, because we haven't spoken about him and the fact that he kicked this guy and the guy went flying into the lamppost.
Of course, he's like a
so he must.
soldier.
Yeah, he is. He must be a super soldier. Who is he? Are we going to find out a bit more about him? So we're ready. We're ready.
They're all falling apart.
Whoa.
Symbols are nothing without the women and men that give them meaning. Thank you, Captain America. This belongs to you.
Tell me about your most recent move.
Eek.
Uh-oh.
But you got your mind back. You are pardoned. You're free.
These are the guys you gotta worry about at home.
Yeah.
Join me in welcoming the new Captain America.
No.
Man's all winking, bro. Don't wink at me. Move.
He's got perpendicular jaw.
Slow unzipping. What the heck? There we go. John Walker.
He's reminiscing.
Hmm.
You know this?
His girlfriend. Or ex-girlfriend. From back in the day.
I like him.
Yourself.
John, Captain America. Can you believe this? I know, right? I just want to do the job.
He's not up for it, is he? How are you guys feeling this suit?
They took it back. They said they
Do
wanted.
you like it? Really, guys?
Yeah, it's very nostalgic, that suit. It's like you said last week, 70s style.
Louis V didn't get in touch.
I was gonna say, it sounds like we're at a...
We saw
game.
this clip in the
That's
trailer.
it. Oh, he's there to meet everybody.
The new Captain America. There you go.
Yeah.
Look at
But
this- Look at this guy. He's just...
it looks weird to see someone else in Steve's costume. Well, that's probably why, that's how Sam feels. He's like, that's why I don't want it. You know what? In the bottom half, he looks like Harry Maguire.
Oh, Harry.
This guy is
The
fire, swear down.
squareness.
Swear down.
Harry's so square.
Overhead wherever you go. Charts in every measurable category.
Wow.
Look, here's
Did you know he got
Oh, Bucky. Cap is back.
There's only one Captain America. It's just... It's weird.
Why is this that's Harry Maguire?
good to see you too, Buck. Break my heart to see that.
So wait, it's just, they just met this casually like this.
Yeah.
There's no hugs or nothing.
No. His family.
You said his family.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say his family.
Aliens and wizards. How do you know about Gandalf? I read the Hobbit in 1937 when it first came out. No, I don't. There are no wizards. Doctor Strange is a sorcerer.
Oh my lord.
Sorcerer is a wizard without a hat. Think about it. Right? I'm right. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, that's not the point. These guys aren't.
There we go.
And the mission begins.
Maybe
That's why.
get rid of these flag smashers quick, early on.
Yeah.
Set up a bigger threat. Who knows?
That's why he's like that, because he just tagged along.
Yeah, because he said no, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's why the dynamic was like that in
In
the trailer. Because he's just tagging along. He's like a little brother, like, get off.
Yeah.
Sure about that?
Wow.
Well, let's see what you can do, Bucks.
Huh?
Just needs to grab onto something. No? He really fell
He
from...
could just dash himself out of a plane.
He fell from that height.
All of that on camera. You know that, right?
He's
I love
rusty.
Red
He's
Wing.
rusty.
Get out of my face, Sam, or I'll break it.
No, man. Bants. He's silly.
Hey, Red Wing. How you doing? We're not assassins.
Come on, man. I'm just messing with you.
Listen, it's messing with him on a mission.
Little time in Wakanda and you come out White Panther.
He's a White Panther. You know?
Spend a little time in Wakanda, you come out like Black Panther.
He just snuck up on him. Oh, wow. They're super soldiers.
Oh, snap.
Man, I was wrong in the trailer. Bucky's the irresponsible one. Yeah, that was a smart move.
Yep.
Anthony was like, you better wait. Oh, they were going to get to see that scene now. But I bet you it's not even a hostage. I bet it's just that girl.
Whoa, look how quick Bucky's moving. Fucking hell. Shit.
Oh, yeah, with his arm is sick. Look at that. Oh, Wakanda arm.
Oh,
See, I said it was going to be the girl. The girl that's going to kick his butt. She's not a hostage, is she? Or is she?
wow. Oh. There you go.
Oh, no, he's there. I didn't know they were super soldiers. Now it makes sense why she's doing the
Yeah.
Superman punch.
True.
She just walked up like Roman Reigns, like,
There you go. Ooh.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh
snap.
no! Red Wing. How dare she?
How dare you? Oh.
Oh wow. Uh-oh, here comes the other one.
Oh, snap. Oh, we go. Captain America.
Man!
Oh, hey. Captain America is here. Oh.
Okay. Okay, he's got a little partner.
These guys, these young bucks coming with the drill music. Trying to ruin hip hop. I'm joking, guys. Ooh. The balance needed as well, you know. Ooh.
Oh! Yeah, hold up. That's it.
Uh-oh.
These guys are too brave.
Ooh.
Nice.
He's so skilled with it.
Yeah.
He's very skilled with it. Like, we don't give him enough credit. Like,
Yeah, that's hard. Come on, man. You've got Wakandan technology. Do some stuff. Oh, that's your shield, Sam.
is he gonna like slow the train down with?
Oh, he rescued him.
Oh, these guys. See, there's levels to this thing. You know, if Captain Marvel was here, this wouldn't even be a fight.
Yeah.
But these guys are like human-ish.
Listen, Captain America, you don't even know about real life yet. You're a baby. And that was a good catch.
Uh-oh.
Here she comes.
Oof.
Wow.
Did he say that he's just a human? He's not been injected with anything?
But he has. We saw him throwing stuff around. I thought he has been.
Yeah, that's a shield though. It's not. He's not punch. I haven't seen him like punch anyone and see anyone go flying.
Yeah, that's true.
On in that big scene, the gears turn. Oh, they're malfunctioning.
Oh no.
They're on fire. You gotta put
They don't want to talk to you.
the big three. No such thing as wizards.
Are they gonna team up and actually become start bonding? This would be interesting. We thought John Walker was a bad guy
Yeah.
and whatnot. He's just somebody who's been shoehorned himself into this role. You know?
Always just stare like that.
Yeah.
You get used to it. Okay. You know, things got yeah. Well, it'd be a whole lot easier if I had Cap's wingman on my side.
Wow.
It's always that last line.
Cap's wingman on the side.
Go.
But it's true. I mean, what he's saying is all true. He's not trying to beat Captain America. He said that. And his life will be a lot easier if he had Sam with him. It's
Please follow me.
some crackers. Man, I want crackers.
I hear more and more people talk
What kind of life you living?
fighters who are pushing back. They call you Robin Hood.
Got a lot of support.
Ooh, weapons. What weapons was she even? What are the weapons?
It was all the vaccines, but I don't know what they're for.
Shit, they're already looking for
Oh, the super soul. Is it the serums?
Ah, she's from our neck of the woods.
Got a bit of a northern accent.
But she's from the UK.
one more, one more.
One world, one people. I mean, we are technically.
We are the world. We are the people.
You can't just run up on a man, beat him up, and take it. You remember what happened the last time we stole it? Sharon was branded enemy of the state, and Steve and I were on the run for 2 years.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about you.
There you
I
go.
don't want to live the rest of my life La Vida Loca. There is someone that you should be.
Isaiah.
Oh, Bradley.
Maybe. If
That's Falcon.
My daddy told me it's Black Falcon.
Because I'm black and I'm the Falcon? So are you like black kid?
he's silly.
There you go. Something really important. Why can't you just call him the Falcon?
Yeah.
Why is he called the Black Falcon?
Yes. That was put there for a reason. That comment.
Yeah.
That conversation.
So deep.
Today's your lucky day. He said he wants to see for himself.
And you haven't aged a day.
Isaiah, look at you. He's a hero. One of the ones that I could fear the most, like Steve.
We heard whispers he was on. I took half that middle arm. I just wanted to see if he got the arm back.
Thing is, I knew there had to be enemies. Of course, because
To kill me.
Bucky's was a bad guy, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah. He's like, what? I don't believe you.
You think you can wake up one day, decide who you want to be? And it does for folks like you.
Ooh.
Is that the reason we're here?
Ding!
We need to know how.
I'm not going to talk about it anymore. You know what they did to me? They put my ass in jail for 30 years. Running tests, taking my blood. Get out of my house!
There you go. Shocking.
Why didn't you tell me about this? How could nobody bring him up?
Yeah.
So you're telling me that there was a black super soldier decades ago?
It's in your face now. You said
Yeah.
it. Racism. You said it.
We just talked.
We can't avoid the conversation now.
Your ID?
Oh, here we
I
go.
don't have ID. Why?
Here we go.
The search is calm down. I am calm. We're just standing there talking.
Just give me your ID.
No, I'm not giving him shit. We just talking.
Hey, look, this is stuff
No, he's not bothering me. Do you know who this is?
Oh, God. I am so sorry.
Oh, so now you want to talk to him differently.
This is our life. This is our lived experience, guys. If you don't know.
Just wait here, okay?
Man, they're just hitting with all the truths, just normal life.
Mr. Barnes,
If you're Sam right now, what do you do?
there's a warrant out for your arrest.
I like that scene because they were about to flip and harass Sam.
Yeah.
And it turned out it was Bucky that they needed to arrest. Director, you did well.
Yeah.
It's funny that, isn't it? It's funny that. And the way they approached him, I'm sorry, Bucky. I'm sorry we have to arrest you.
Yeah.
When he actually did something wrong.
Yes.
Whereas Sam did nothing wrong. You know, let me see your ID, let me see your ID. Come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Heard a lot about you. I'm Dr. Rayner. I'm James' therapist.
Oh, it was him.
You gotta be kidding me, you know him?
He's Captain America. So much power. How can somebody who's not even done half the things that they've done to defend the Earth have so much power to do all these things, and these guys are just struggling, and it's just weird, isn't it?
Session now. You too, Sam.
That's it. This is.
So, who would like to start?
I get it. Why you want me to talk to Magoo over here. But I'm 100%.
Slightly unprofessional, but it's the only way that I can see of you. So, who wants to go first?
How did Sam just shoehorn himself into this situation? He's not. He's just like, what am I doing here?
We're going to do an exercise. Couples run their.
Couples, yeah?
Are you familiar with a miracle question? Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, it goes like this.
One person's like, oh,
Suppose
absolutely,
while you're
of course not.
sleeping, a miracle.
In my miracle, he would talk less.
Exactly what I was going to say. Isn't that ironic?
It's time for the soul gazing exercise.
I like
Yes. Gaze into those souls.
Yeah,
Facing each other.
you should really enjoy this.
I'm going to.
I know.
That was a real laugh.
Alright, get close.
Get closer.
Hold me closer in.
Thighs in. Take control, Anthony.
Very close. That's what you wanted, right?
Good, now. Are you doing staring contest?
Yes.
Blink. Sweet Jesus. Why does Sam aggravate you?
Why'd you get up that shield? Nothing to do with you. That is everything he stood for. That is his legacy. So maybe he was wrong about him. And if he was wrong about you, then he was wrong about me.
There you go.
Oh, here we go.
There you go. The real reason.
Maybe this is something you or Steve will never understand.
Yeah.
But can you accept that I did what I thought was right?
Mm-hmm.
We have some real serious shit going on. So how about I will squash it right now and never see each other again. I like that. Great. I feel much better. What was rule number 2? Why not?
Hurt Sam.
So what do you got?
Satellites have found their symbol popping up in various.
Do you know what? It's so taking me so long to notice. It's just their dynamic is the same. It's Captain America and Falcon. A
Yeah.
white guy and a black guy as sidekick.
Yeah.
They just copied it.
Yeah.
You guys have rules of engagement and all kind of authorization. We're free agents.
A word of advice then, stay the hell out of my way.
All right, things just got a little darker then.
Yeah.
He hasn't got his own way, so he's just throwing his toys out a little bit. Steve will never have done that.
How are you supposed to be Captain America and act like that?
How you gonna act like that?
I hope enough. Won't be.
One world is what is so everyone is a super soldier in their world. What is this?
Yeah, they need to explain it a bit more.
These guys have had too much screen time without us still really knowing anything about them.
Yeah. Who are these guys in cars? I thought it was going to be the military.
Sacrifice himself for the greater good, as Seth Rollins will say.
She's really hurt by that person having to die.
Her brother, maybe someone related to her.
They got away. No, don't take that to heart. That's not what he meant. No, he meant Hydra. Hydra used to be my people.
I know where you're going with this, but you're just gonna go sit in a room.
Oh, Zemo.
Yes.
That's why.
Zemo time.
Eventually, you always need these bad guys, these Agathas. You need to come back and find them and ask them questions later on.
Yeah.
You never know when they come in handy.
You never know. You never know when you need to retrain an evil man. But yeah, it was a good episode. It said a lot, and we were wondering whether they were gonna go deeper into the topics of race and racism, and they have.
Yeah.
They have subtly done it, but they've also done it where it is really, really obvious in your face. And I'm glad that they've done it because it is real.
Yeah.
It is real. These are problems, issues, difficulties that I believe Sam would have today
Yes.
in America. And we saw that. And we know about this because we can see with our own eyes what the issues are. So the fact that they've been authentic to the environment, to Sam,
Yeah.
and to Sam's feelings, and they've not tried to paint a picture of the world that isn't true.
Yeah.
They've given it to us real.
Yeah.
So that's really good. But, let's break it down. Let's have a conversation about it, about some of the themes of the show. And yeah let's do it, guys.
Yeah, let's
go.
it. Let's do it.
Yes. What an episode.
Yeah.
That episode was loaded. Loaded with so many talking points.
Yeah.
Very deep issues. Once
Yeah.
again, very deep themes covered by that episode. We start off with John Walker, actually. And I know a lot of us have had our ideas about John Walker. And naturally, if someone who's taken over Captain America's shield, he would naturally garner heat or naturally garner hate, right?
The viewer's a bit protective of
Of
the
Captain
mantle.
America.
Yeah.
So, but we got to know him a little bit in this episode, and he doesn't seem like a bad guy. He seems like a normal guy. He seems like a guy who, he's served his country, fought in certain wars, and he wants to do the right thing. He wants to continue serving his country. So he's not the worst person you could make Captain America. However, compared to Steve, he's not that great. He isn't.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think Steve was just different, so pure. And are you going to get someone like Steve in today's society? How common is someone like Steve with the integrity
Yeah.
and the honesty and the compassion that he has?
Yeah.
Those people are rare in today's society because Steve is from the 30s or whatever. He doesn't seem like the worst guy in the world. So that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah. He does seem a bit like a downgrade. Even America must know, right, in this fictional world. Steve carried himself with gravitas. Like you said, he had certain life experiences. And I guess being cryogenically frozen for that length of time, he avoided a lot of like the prejudice and biases that would have, been seeping in as you just live your life. So he's come out in a sort of, he was protected, but no one else has like been frozen like that.
That's why Steve has an ignorance about him. He has an ignorance about him also because he's from a different time.
Yes.
And we forget that. This could be, the best Captain America that we could potentially have in this current time. He could be the best of us. And it shows that even the best of us is still not, that good. So there's a lot of things you could think about with regards to John Walker and who he is right now. I don't know, maybe later on in the series he's going to get or become more sinister and become more evil. Maybe he's going to change a bit more, and it will show us that even somebody like John Walker, he's not a bad guy. He still wants to do good things, but maybe someone like him can still turn with power. I don't know.
I think there may be a little bit of sinister vibe, like we saw towards the end scene.
Towards the end, yeah, we saw...
When he just switched, he's like, well, don't get in my way.
Yeah. But first of all, I mean, initially, we didn't see that.
No.
He was, I am, first in my class at this. I'm first in my class at that. I got these medals and whatever. And you think, okay, all right. But later on in the episode, as you said, we got to see a bit more of a sinister vibe.
Yeah, it's good to be a bit skeptical. There's nothing wrong with healthy skepticism. We'll see how this pans out.
Yeah, but most of us were just on his back from the get-go. Like, oh my God, this square jaw, this guy. We didn't give this guy a chance. And I thought it was kind of cool that he was trying to team up with Falcon. I don't know, you could argue that he tried to team up with Falcon for maybe a sinister reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, he tried. He put his arm out. Olive branch, whatever you want to say, and he seemed like he was trying to make an effort to bring the two together.
Yeah, I was curious about the Good Morning America segment on the show. So they're just showing like Captain America is Captain America for everybody, with everybody. Doesn't matter who you are. Like I was just curious about that. It's interesting, and we'll see, because there were lots of themes tied into race and racial inequity throughout the whole show, really.
The whole episode had that. And I also found it interesting that when Bucky and Sam finally met, the first thing Bucky said to Sam was, why do you give up the shield? It's almost as if the shield means just as much to Bucky as it does to Sam, or it's because the shield is Steve, and that's what Bucky sees it as. So he sees it as Sam giving up Steve's legacy. That's probably how Bucky sees it, but we'll talk later on about this, but clearly Bucky and Sam are living in two different realities.
I thought that was sort of explored a bit later on in the therapy scene, where they have that conversation, and Bucky says, if Steve was wrong about you, then it means he's wrong about me too.
Yeah.
So he's tying it all in, that shield, the legacy, everything.
I think it's also quite funny that we found out why they were kind of like, not in a mood with each other, but why the vibe was a bit off in the airplane. It's because Sam didn't want Bucky to tag along.
Yeah.
Bucky said, I'm tagging along, and Sam was like, no.
Yeah.
So, Bucky was like an annoying little brother to Sam. And that fight scene was crazy. That fight scene was just incredible again. And we see that the Flag Smashers are super soldiers as well.
Yeah.
All of them, which is quite interesting. John Walker comes up, tries to help them. Come on, guys, we can team up, but they're not having any of it. They just don't want anything to do with John Walker, because I think they see him as some sort of betrayal, don't they? To Steve's legacy, both of them.
Yeah.
I also think it's quite interesting that John Walker has a sidekick who is black.
Yeah.
And that they've purposely kept that dynamic, with the new Captain America that they've made. So there you go. That is identity politics, right?
Is their dynamic going to mirror, like you said, the sort of Steve and Sam dynamic?
Yeah, because they literally just try to copy. It's funny because that is the world. That is the world that we live in, where it's more about identity a lot of the times than anything else. And rightfully or wrongfully, because it is important, representation is important, let's be clear. But I just think it's quite ironic that they kept that same dynamic. And that girl is from our neck of the woods. She's a British actress as well. And she is slapping people up, kicking ass.
Yeah, I know.
You go, girl, man.
Yeah.
Let's find out more about her, though, because it felt like they were on screen a lot, but we still didn't really find out about them.
Yeah. It's still not clear.
It's not clear.
What their purpose is, although they clearly say like one planet, one people, but what does that mean? What does that look like?
Are they trying to inject everyone with super serum? Is that what they're doing? What are they doing, guys? Are we not understanding what's going on? Because what they're saying, if they're saying they want everyone to be equal, then as I said last week, that's not too dissimilar to what a lot of people now believe. Is that sort of socialism? We branded, we labelled.
I guess we'll see.
Who's texting her?
Yeah, that's curious.
You have what's mine.
Unknown.
And I'm going to kill you. Like, who's texting her?
Like an unknown person. Who's that unknown person?
Let us know, guys. Who do you think is texting her? I also found it interesting that in the fight scenes, it was more Sam who had the voice of reason, and Bucky he just wanted to go in gung ho.
Yeah.
Which is the same dynamic if he was there with Captain America.
Yeah.
So Sam is the more responsible one, really.
Yeah, that was surprising.
He's the one who's more level-headed, and you'd probably think it would be Bucky, but it was Sam who was the voice of reason. So that's further evident that Sam was the right choice.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really good point, actually. That whole scene where he could have maybe saved their lives by just making them wait a little bit longer before they rushed in.
Another common theme throughout the whole episode is that Bucky's world is different to Sam's world. They have two totally different realities. And I think they just need to listen to each other's reality.
Yeah, hear each other's experience.
Because it's funny, the little kid called him the Black Falcon.
Mm.
And he said, "What? Why am I the Black Falcon? Are you the black kid?"
Yeah.
And and it opens that debate. Why does that kid call him the Black Falcon? Why can't he just be called the Falcon?
Yeah.
Does it? I mean, we know why, because it's the same reason why you have American and African American. The default status is American.
Yeah.
And you cannot be the default. You need that prefix.
Yeah. If you're not the default, you get some kind of prefix.
No, why can't I just be the Falcon?
Yeah.
He is, but clearly the director put it there for a reason. But
yeah,
all these things, it's real. They're real, and I'm glad they are including stuff like this in the series because it just makes it feel more authentic. At that moment, Sam is livid, and I understand why. I do. So much emotion going through his head.
Yeah. I can totally understand and respect his position. Finding out that information. Yeah,
and almost, I think hearing that, I reckon Sam feels a bit, not vindicated, but I bet it's like, see, this is why I can't be Captain America.
Mm.
This is what I'm trying to say to you guys. That's probably what's going on in his head. See, Bucky, this is my experience. Do you now understand? Can you now see?
Yeah.
The Black Falcon, can you now see? And there's no better time, or not, I wouldn't say no better time, but the time where we all saw, without a shadow of a doubt, is when the police stopped him. And we're going to talk about that because this happens in America all the time.
Yeah.
And not just America, actually.
Yeah.
It just happens in Britain, happens over here as well. So let's not act like we're all saints in Britain.
Yeah, it does happen.
We're not. It happens everywhere. Yeah, I think the police scene was so powerful. I think it's very powerful that or at least very interesting that the director chose to put that scene right after the scene where they had a conversation with Isaiah.
Yeah.
So after witnessing, the history, what happened before, straight away we get to see the present.
Yes.
Of what's happening now.
Yeah.
Has much changed?
It's just morphed into a different
context. Perfect. So the director chose to put history, present. That's why I can't be Captain America. But that scene, like I said, was so powerful because that is a lot of people's living experience today.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was beautifully put, the way you just described that. The whole way the directors used different times, experiences, brought it all together, shown this is what systemic racism looks like. It carries on as a legacy through time. Yeah. And this is a show about legacy and passing things on. Yeah. And we're now learning new narratives because the legacy that we once had about Captain America, Steve Rogers, the first ever Captain America, we now know, shockingly, horrifically... It's
a dirty legacy.
There's a dirty, venomous legacy that... So yes, something wonderful came out of it, Captain Rogers, but that doesn't mean... It's just like the history of colonization. To say that that's a positive thing when it hurt so many and damaged so many communities and people, you can't really do that. So it's now to see the narrative shift.
Yeah.
And both can exist. Steve Rogers is still a good person and still stood for something important, but
Both. That's the problem. People
What came
think
before that?
people just oppose each other so much that they can't have two ideas that can coexist. Ideas can coexist. Even opposing ideas can still coexist. You know, don't be scared. Don't be scared of it.
Yeah.
And I think it's also interesting that they came to arrest Sam to ask Bucky if he's okay because a black man and a white man were having a heated argument in the middle of the street. First thing you do is assume that it's the black guy's fault.
Yeah.
And, you know, we know that out of the two of them, Sam's the human and Bucky's the guy with the strong arm, you know. And funny enough, they go back to their police car and they realise, you know, there's a warrant out for Bucky.
Yeah.
There's a warrant out for Bucky.
Not Sam.
But notice the way that they arrested Bucky. Sorry, Bucky. Sorry, Mr. Barnes. We have to take you in. I apologise. But in the beginning, when it was Sam, is there a problem here? Is he bothering you?
Yeah.
Let me show me your ID.
Yeah.
And once again, you know, the director's done well. He's showing us the black experience.
Yeah.
You know, it was subtle at the beginning. Now it's, you know, this is not subtle anymore. It's not subtle. It isn't. So, that scene was very, very powerful.
I think you made an important point. The way the show is depicting the subtle and the in your face. What people would say, what people call casual racism, which isn't, all racism is racism. There's no such thing as casual. It's casual to the people doing it. And I guess this is now opportunity to see embedded in a story that everybody's quite invested in for a long time now, because this is 21 movies in the making plus WandaVision. Now we're on to this show. This is showing us real life and a real lived experience, like you said.
Yeah.
Black American lived experience.
And then we had the therapy scene.
Yeah.
One of your favourite scenes, right? Your favourite person, that lady.
Oh no.
It was really, that scene was funny. I like the interaction between those two. I love it. Face each other, interlock your legs.
Yeah.
It was cute, man. These two.
It's funny because can you imagine like if you had to like sit with your work colleague like that? Everybody picture one of your work colleagues that you don't really get along with, and you have to sit. You don't want to do that. That was funny, but it was deep as well. Yeah. And I think you may have mentioned it earlier. Like even in that scene, it was depicting two different worlds, two different lived experiences.
Yeah.
And it was an opportunity where Sam was like, again, do you see why I thought I've done the right thing? And you and Steve, she even brought Steve into the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, as I said throughout, I think the episode really honed in on the fact that it's two men with two different experiences.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult to be objective when you have your experience. You know, you can't completely remove your experience and be as much as you think you are doing it. It's still gonna matter. It's still gonna matter. And it seemed to me as if Bucky is just not considering Sam's lived experience.
Yeah.
It's about, you know, Steve's legacy. It's Steve's shield. Shouldn't have given it away. This is what Steve meant for me. This, you know, Sam's world is different to Bucky's world. So he has to make decisions based on his own lived experiences, which is totally different.
Yeah.
And we are being introduced, well, we aren't because we know, but as viewers, we've been introduced to Sam's world and we start to find out why he made that decision. And essentially, you know, I think it was powerful because I think they just needed to tell each other their lived experience so they know, you know, where each other were, you know, and so they can both justify, you know, or help justify each other's decisions. Because sometimes that's what it is. You want to understand somebody's experience so you can understand the decisions they've made. Yeah. Because sometimes you can't comprehend some decision because you don't know their experience.
A lot of people kept mentioning about Wanda's past in WandaVision, so we do have to remember that Bucky, you know, he's got that list, hasn't he? His redemption list.
Redemption song.
Imagine, do you think Bucky listens to Bob Marley?
He does, man. He needs to.
I think he does need to.
He has to. Like anyone who's suffering from that kind of stuff, you have to lift to Bob. Bob will help.
He will.
I'm telling you, he'll heal your brain. The episode ends with Zemo.
Yeah.
They decide that they need Zemo's help. The mastermind, the master manipulator. So what's he going to do? What's Zemo going to do? Because in the trailers, we see him, he's out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So is he going to break out? Are they going to break him out? Is he going to portray them?
They must be getting him out for some reason. Or maybe he's going to do some kind of trade.
I mean, Bucky said that he wants someone who knows Hydra because he thinks Hydra's behind everything, right? So he's just going to talk to him, but we'll see. We'll see what Zemo's going to do.
Good point.
Still sounds silly to me, flag smashers.
Flag smashers, is that because, like, they want to get rid of flags? So, like, no countries?
Yeah. Is that a bad idea?
Yeah, because isn't flag burning, like, something really frowned upon in American culture? So wouldn't flag smashing be, like, really frowned upon? Surely.
I think flag burning is frowned upon in
every culture. That's true, every culture.
Can't be burning no flags out here.
That's true. Like, everywhere that this girl goes, people are taking care of her. People are willing to die for her.
Yeah, that's why I said that, you know, I want to find out more about them because you want in one world everyone to be equal. Okay, let me hear more, you know.
Yeah.
And that is usually, as soon as you hear that, that is usually an evil thing. It's usually communism. It's usually, you know, it's usually demonized. But when you think about it morally, okay, everyone equal and, you know, one world. Okay, it's not evil, but it's been demonized. That way of thinking has been demonized so well by the capitalist society that even the word equal just makes people just angry.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
It makes people so angry. I mean, we all know why, because in order for you to be rich, you need poor people.
Yeah, you can't.
That's the only way you can be rich.
Yeah.
If there's no poor people, then you're not rich. Then you're the same as everyone else.
Yeah.
And so you can't feel better than nobody. So you don't have that self-worth, which means your life is not worth as much because you're all equal. And that's why nobody wants to be equal.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the only reason why, but psychologically, that's one of the reasons why, I should say. But, you know, it's just a thought anyway, right? Do you agree with what I said?
Yeah, it is.
It's an interesting thought, but this episode was loaded. I have a few questions actually. My first question was, who is texting that lady?
Yeah, from an anonymous number, blocked number.
Who is that person, guys? Comment below, let us know. What is Zemo going to do?
Yeah.
You know, what is his role? Because if the flag smashers are the bad guys, then, you know, what's Zemo going to do? What's Zemo's role?
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
I have a question for people around, you know, now getting to meet Isaiah and that whole interchange and exchange with Bucky and Sam and Isaiah. How does that impact the way that you view the Captain America legacy, the mantle itself? What do you think that's going to mean to Sam? How will this new information impact him? What decisions might he make with that information?
Do you guys now start to understand why Sam made his decision? You know, because I'm not going to lie to you guys, as a black man, I instantly kind of knew the kind of things that were going in Sam's mind, you know. And it seems like, you know, his decision might be vindicated a little bit. Or his decision might be justified, as we can see. But it still doesn't mean he shouldn't be. Yes, there are challenges. And, you know, there are things that are going against you. But when you're ready, you know, you have to take up the mantle.
Yeah.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah. And maybe even before you're ready.
Maybe
you can only be ready once you try.
Jump in the deep end sometimes. What are you thinking with regards to Sam and his decision now that you have more information?
Yeah. Please leave a comment. Let us know what you think.
Let us know, guys.
So I have a question around whether or not you guys think Bucky is being selfish, even a little bit or a lot, around the whole conversation about the legacy. And I think we get to see a bit of a dynamic in the therapy room that was focused about Bucky's feelings, but why Bucky is behaving, what's motivating his behavior towards Sam.
If he's wrong about you, then he was wrong about me.
Yeah, but the two aren't mutually exclusive, which is interesting. Why has Bucky tied them in together? So is he being selfish?
Yeah. Well, I think he is, clearly. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think he is as well. Maybe it is a good kind of selfish, but it was not good for Sam.
Yeah,
It's not.
maybe not. I mean, selfish is the word we use, but it's more, he's not considering Sam enough.
No.
He's been a bit too self-centered. He's not considering him enough.
You know, maybe Sam didn't want to go any further with it, the conversation, because he felt shut down.
Yeah.
My other question was around the Isaiah Bradley character. What do you guys think is going to happen with his character, and how might his character interact with Sam or Bucky's characters and the storyline going forward?
Or is it just a one episode and that's it? Let us know, guys.
Yeah.
I think it will also be interesting to perhaps hear about some of you, and I'll hear from some of you about your lived experiences, if anything in this episode resonated with you, or, you know, if something that happened in this episode has happened to you. Just your general reflections on this episode. So I'm interested to hear what you guys think of the episode, and, you know, if you can relate it to real life.
Yeah, I agree. That'll be really interesting. Share your experiences, share what you feel comfortable sharing, and we might touch upon some of them next week in the video before we watch the next episode.
Yeah. It was heavy. It was a heavy episode, guys.
Yeah.
It's very deep, and, you know, we're so relaxed right now because we're usually quite hyped, but, you know, this episode is sort of so deep that we've had to sit back.
Yeah, for sure.
And think deeply.
I know I feel my energy levels going in. I was like, I'm hype, I'm excited. And then as we've gone through it, because the subject matter's been heavy, but it's been real. It's heavy for a reason, because it's real.
It's real.
That's why it's meant to feel like this. So
yeah. They're doing well, man.
Yeah.
Marvel, they're doing well. 2 completely different shows, 2 completely different feels, but they're both quality. Quality. Well done, guys. It's been wicked. Guys. We've hoped we've covered a lot of themes, a lot of subjects in our little breakdown and discussion. If there's anything you guys think is relevant that we've missed, please comment below. We'll be very happy to find out what you guys think.
Yeah.
We want the interaction, and we want different ideas and different thoughts on this subject. So thank you guys for watching. Keep bringing your ideas, keep them coming. Share this video with your friends, you know, if you guys are feeling our discussion.
And see you guys next week.
Smash the like button. Turn on the notifications. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe for more content like this.